there's some leaves in the road and some water. Was there weather over the weekend? Did anybody have weather? Raise your hands. Get them up there. 96.5 KECO in Elk City, 5 minutes after 7, 50 degrees, clear skies, light winds, beautiful morning. Going to be a nice afternoon. Not everybody got rain this weekend, and certainly not everybody got hail. But I got rain and plenty of hail at my house. How about you? Text us, 225-9697. 225-9697. Last week of school in some places, right?
Yeah.
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 What is today, the 11th? Yeah, this is last week. This week will start graduations, I think.
Well, yeah.
This week and next, or, whatever.
This coming weekend. You could say that.
But I don't know when all of the schools graduate in the area. I don't know when Lita graduates.
Well, I don't know about that.
Hammond, Canute, Sayer, Eric. When's your graduation? That's a great question. 225-9697. Tell me, when is your graduation? Here's the other question. Have you uploaded your seniors' pictures, and have you voted at KECOFM.com? KECOFM.com. We've got our senior showcase, senior picture showcase. When you pull up the webpage, upper right corner area, you can upload pictures of your 2026 graduating seniors, and you can vote. Vote, because the biggest vote getter is going to get a $500 cash prize. Not coupons, not gift certificates. Oh, no. Cash. $500 cash to the biggest vote getter. So go vote for your favorite seniors' pictures. Senior picture. KECOFM.com. We got your weather coming up at the bottom. We got Beckham County Sheriff Derek Manning scheduled to join us. Everybody, I'm Nathan, but that's Sam Brewer over there. Good morning.
How are you, sir?
Well, I'm a little dented. Have you gotten a chance to look closely at your car?
Not really. I'm too scared to.
Here's what happened. Saturday afternoon, evening-ish, there we are grilling hamburgers ahead of Mother's Day.
Well, there you were. I wasn't there.
Well, I wasn't grilling.
Well,
somebody else was grilling.
Well,
hamburgers were being grilled. Well, that's right. You'd gone to enjoy an evening with a friend.
yeah.
And the storms roll in. Okay, great. Maybe it'll rain. Oh, that's good. Oh, wait. What is that? Is that hail? Oh, it started really small. And I thought, oh, well, if it stays this size, that won't be a big deal. It was tiny, pea-size hail. And then it quit for a while. And then it started again. Then it came back. And it started at the same size, then got bigger. We got marbles. Oh, my, that's like ping pong ball size.
I'm pretty sure I saw baseball to tennis sized where I was.
Where were you?
Well, at one point I was out eating with my friend. And then once the first round of hail let up, the kind of pebbly marble, maybe a quarter, that let up. Mm-hmm. So we leave. So we think we're good.
Okay, tell everybody where you ate. Where were you?
I was at the Osaki.
On the west side of Elk City.
Which is the sushi and steakhouse place.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
so it really likes that place.
It's where Mazio's used to be.
Yeah, well, if
you're familiar with the west side of Elk City, it's where Mazio's used to be.
Yeah.
And so what did you guys do?
Well, we start back. We're in his car. And we start backing out. And then nothing's fallen, mind you. We hear one big boom on the roof of his car. And we were really confused because there's nothing else falling. But I guess we just got hit with the warning shot. Because as soon as we hit the road, rain and hail start falling. So we just drive to Ankley Park and park under a tree, which, mind you, probably isn't the best idea, but other people were doing that. I mean, especially in a storm with lightning, it's probably not the best idea to park under a tree, but we parked there, and we're just getting pelted, and these massive pieces of hail are hitting us. Now, some are exploding, like almost, they weren't really solid, almost like a snowball, but more than a snowball.
Mm-hmm.
But we're worried his windshield is going to crack or shatter.
Do you have a hail or rain story from Saturday evening? 225-9697. We're going to put a peg down there and pick it up in just a minute, but I need to tell you about your hoses. If they fail, that's when you need American Hose and Supply. Boy, you don't miss the water till the well runs dry, and you don't miss the hose shop until you bust a hose. And then you need hoses and fittings, and that's where American Hose and Supply lives. Contact American Hose and Supply as quick as you can. They're inside the Camrock building next to Fred's Steakhouse on the south side of Elk City. The phone number to call for Am Hose is 303-1123. 50 degrees on our way to the upper 70s. Your forecast at the bottom. Beckham County Sheriff Derek Manning will join us. Early morning show, KECO, Nathan Brewer and Sam Brewer filling in for Landry today. All right, let's go back to the storm. So Sam got caught with his friend out in the storm. They'd been at Osaki eating. They're leaving. One big hailstone falls, and they decide to book it to Ackley Park and park under a tree.
Yeah, that was during wave 2.
Well,
and then that let up, and I got to go home.
Okay, when Sam gets home, here's the deal. We have a 2-car garage at our home, and it was full of 2 cars. But we have a total of 5 vehicles at our house. Here's the problem. We got 3 out in the driveway, so what are we going to do? Well, one daughter flees and goes somewhere else. Okay, then we got 2 more at home. So what do we do then? Well, we have a porch area. So there's the overhang there, and we figure, hey, maybe Sam's car, we can get it halfway underneath our porch. So we have him pull up. And as he's doing this, getting out, our neighbor across the street sees what we're doing, and she, very nice, very kind. She has a garage, which our car isn't, but she's also got a carport, which no vehicles were under. And so and the hail's falling, mind you. And so she's out on her front porch, and we're out on our front porch, and she starts motioning like towards her carport. I said, oh, great idea. So car number 5 or whatever we're up to now.
Yeah.
One of my daughters, I go get her key fob, which is in her purse. I don't even take the time to get it out of her purse. I'm holding her purse over my head because I'm about to run out to her car to get in it to move it. And I'm using it to protect my head from the hail that's falling. And so we do that, and then a little bit later, the very nice neighbors over there, she said, well, you want to bring the other car in? I think there's room. And so we went back across the street, got Sam's car, and put it in. However, I noticed my daughter's car had some hail damage on it, but you haven't noticed any?
Not any that wasn't there from the previous hailstorm, but I haven't looked too deep into it. Mostly because the most I've driven in the past 3 days was this morning. Because I don't think I went anywhere yesterday.
Didn't drive anywhere in your car.
Yeah. So I guess I'll take a close look to that.
225-9697. Any hail? Did you suffer hail damage? How much rain did you get? I'm going to ballpark it at all told, because we got more yesterday.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ballpark it, all told, somewhere close to an inch at my house.
That's a fair estimate.
As of about 3 o'clock yesterday, 3:15 yesterday, my brother, who lives in Elk City, said he got about 2/3 to 3/4 of an inch Saturday. This is all Saturday night. But then we got more yesterday.
Yeah.
But he also said south of Elk City, out at the Mesonet site, they registered an inch. So maybe more actually south of Elk City than in town. To the text line we go. Good morning, girls. Hope you two had a great weekend. Well, except for the hail.
Yeah.
And then I ask about graduations. When is the graduation? Wheeler, Texas, Friday, May 15, 7:30 p.m. And I must say, it seems like when I was a little kid, all my siblings, it seems like they graduated on a Friday. 1994, I graduated on a Friday. Now my kids graduate on a Sunday. And so things have changed a little bit there. So this Sunday at whatever o'clock is the Elk City graduation.
Yeah. It's in the afternoon.
But
/evening.
Wheeler is this Friday, May 15th, 7:30 p.m. When is the Sayre High School graduation? Hammond High School, Commute High School. When are you graduating? When is your graduation? Come on, Granite, when's your graduation? Let's hear from you. Cheyenne, when are you graduating? Let's go east. I said Canute. Burns Flat, Dill City, when's your graduation? Clinton. When was Clinton's graduation? I don't know.
Merritt.
When is Merritt's graduation? Mangum. You know, that's how you're supposed to say it. I was told. It's Mangum. I mean, I grew up saying Mangum. It's just, it's hard not to say it.
I think people from Mangum say Mangum.
A lot of them do. And every one of them read the penny news, and they look at these Apache hay wagons and the Country Dove and Farmers Union Co-op and that Ultra Graze, the Duracore herbicide, and then Jason Jones Plumbing. If you need a service provider, if you need an ag product, if you need a vehicle, it's in the penny news. If you need a job, it's in the penny news. Tractor repair, look at that, JD Tractor Repair. There you go. I'm seeing vehicles. I'm seeing Bob Beaucamp Sand and Gravel. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I have the latest copy of the Penny News. You can't have my copy, but you can get your own by going to a convenience store or a fine retailer in this area. W&W Skid Steer and Mulching. Wade Walker is the owner-operator. That's at the top right of page 9. Take a look at the latest Penny News. 16 minutes after 7 o'clock. Yeah, that weather was weird Saturday. Because it just kept coming. The waves of storms. Something else that was odd, though. The waves of storms kept coming where I live, but if you looked at radar, those were not huge storms.
No.
And it was not like a long line of storms either. It was just a couple of storms that kept rolling right through my front yard. Rain, great, but boy, was there a lot of hail.
Yeah, we could do without that.
I wonder if there's any roof damage.
Yeah.
Okay, to the text line. Sayre High School is this Friday, May 15, 7 p.m. Merritt graduation is Friday at 7. And then another listener is giving me an all of the above. Merritt and Sayre and Cheyenne and Hobart and Sentinel all Friday night. This Friday? All of them this Friday night. Merritt and Sayre and Cheyenne and Hobart and Sentinel all Friday night. Sayre graduates at 7 o'clock. Sayre graduates Friday at 7 o'clock. It is graduation season.
When Ainsley graduated, did she graduate on a Sunday? I thought she did. See, she graduated from Merritt.
Boy, that is... No, I don't think so. I thought it was a Friday.
I can't remember.
No, it was a Friday. I now remember. It was a Friday. Because I remember specifically the next day being a Saturday. So, yes, she graduated on a Friday. But Elk City graduates this Sunday. And it has something to do with not conflicting with state tournaments, which
Yeah, because boys state tennis usually lands on Friday and Saturday.
And why did that change?
I don't know.
When my senior year, I played tennis at the state tennis tournament, and it was not the same weekend. It was the previous weekend. So come on, OSSAA, we can do better.
Yeah.
You can do better. Blair High School is Friday. I guess this Friday is the graduation night. Have you gotten your graduates all their gifts? Graduation gift season. What do the kids want? 225-9697. 18 minutes after 7. 51 degrees. Clear skies. Beautiful morning. Feels great outside. Enjoy it. If you're driving around, roll the window down. If you're driving around, roll the window down. If you're driving around, roll the window down. And then go to Atwood's for Brian's Buy of the Week. You got to round up those weeds. Got to get those weeds out. Got to take care of the yard. Listen at this. 1.1 gallon of Roundup Weed and Grass. It's $29.99, but you get a free 1.25 gallon Roundup Weed and Grass refill. $20 value, free Brian's Buy of the Week. Atwood's Ranch and Home Goods, Elk City, Clinton, Woodward, Altus. This information is inside the latest Penny News, which, once again, you cannot have my copy. Go get your own. You might find one at a convenience store, at a feed store, at a restaurant, hardware store, fine retailers all over western Oklahoma and the eastern Texas Panhandle.
According to my sources, being my sister who graduated, she said that she graduated on a Friday.
I believe her because I distinctly remember the next day being a Saturday. And that is what I remember.
Well. Yeah, it would be really nice if the OSSAA would move the boys' state tennis tournament, to not graduation weekend. Because what if your graduation landed on that Friday? That'd be pretty unfortunate.
Sometimes you remember things for odd reasons. This is May the 11th, and I remember, and I will always remember until I lose my mind, I remember that it was on May the 11th, 1991, May 11, 1991, that my sister walked through the graduation ceremony at the University of Oklahoma. Got her college diploma, May 11th, 1991. And there's a reason I remember that date, because at my parents' house, there's a picture of her graduating, receiving her, getting the diploma. and the date's across the bottom. It says May 11, 1991. And so it's burned into my mind.
You know, photos used to be so handy. They would give you the date on the bottom. No, they don't anymore.
Yeah, everybody in the world has a million photos on their phone, but they don't really, they're
Print
not
them.
displayed.
No.
I miss that.
Yes.
Where does one go to print their cell phone pictures?
Oh, I mean, you can go. You can do it. I've done it through Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
Walmart does it.
What do you do? Just give them a flash drive? Do you have to email them?
They have on their app. You can go through, select which photos you want.
Yeah.
And then they'll print them. So you can do it through your phone from
Neat.
home.
That's neat. Because I got a bunch of pictures on my phone, and they've been there forever.
Yeah.
One of our listeners asking, how much rain did you have over there in Elk City? Had one half inch, exclamation mark. Oh, I had a half inch 3 miles east of Custer City. I'm going to ballpark it at close to an inch at my house Saturday and Sunday, because we got some yesterday. Not a ton, but we got some yesterday.
Yeah.
Probably just under an inch. I'm going to say probably 3/4 of an inch to an inch, somewhere in there at my house. I heard they got more south of Elk City. Who knows? How much rain did you get, y'all? 225-9697, 22 minutes after the hour. I watched some movies. I watched 3 movies this weekend, which is a bit unusual for me. Also, Sam told me about something a week or two ago, a date that if one likes college football, there's a date you need to mark. You need to circle. You need to get ready, because there is a big-time date coming up in November. I know we're 6 months away, but still, this is going to be such a big date. You need to know it now.
They're expecting me to get whatever task done. To a farmer, a tractor, combine, gets them up and running. He's back in the field, makes some money. Guy in the oil field, their piece of equipment's running again. That makes them money. Solves that problem. I'm Brock Kalk, and my company is American Hose and Supply. We sell all types of industrial hose and fittings, oil field or agriculture. So if your farmer need a hose built, you can come in, we'll build it. You're a oil field customer and need us to come out and see you, we'll come out and see you and take an order, or pick up a hose, build it, bring it back to you. If we're competitive on price, we say we'll bring it to you, we'll do whatever it takes to get it to you, make life easier on you, or you can call us to solve a problem. Hey, can you get this? Why wouldn't you? American Hose and Supply, 2111 South Main, Elk City, Oklahoma, in Camrock Building next to Fred's.
Or call 303-1123. 303-1123.
Why wouldn't you?
We have little baskets made up for girl graduation gifts and guy graduation gifts, and we've got makeup bags filled with all the essential care products. We've got little shower caddies that we put face masks in, little headache caps, shower bombs, little wipes for your iPads or phones and things like that. We've also got the brew make cups, and you can stuff it with some goodies. For the guys, we've got Okie hats, Okie shirts, we've got Preston cologne, we have Duke Cannon products. We've also got these little Kinga cooler bags that we've got stuffed with a Duke Cannon shower gel, with a car freshie and peanuts. So we can also do anything custom for any person who wants to come in, and we can work with your price point. Not sure exactly what to get them? That's fine. We have gift certificates. Grandview Pharmacy and Gifts, now located at 1503 West 3rd Street in Elk City.
But Corbin, I don't work for Ford.
Doesn't matter, Nathan. We're going to treat you like you work directly for the Ford Motor Company.
Hey, Ford employees get a pretty sweet deal, right?
The sweetest. Even cheaper than we can buy it at BD Ford. Right now, everybody pays what Ford Motor Company employees pay on every single vehicle line we've got. Ford's never done this before. Take advantage of the super special employer pricing right now at Barbara Dyson Ford in Oak City, online at barbadysonford.net.
25 minutes after 7, 96.5 KECO's The Early Morning Show. 51 degrees, clear skies, light winds, your weather at the bottom. After that, Beckham County Sheriff Derek Manning. Jared has your local news at about 7:50. It's Nathan and Sam this morning. We all want to be in control of our lives, make our own decisions, especially when we get towards retirement, right? I mean, when you step away from the 40 to 45 to 50-hour-a-week job, you want to do what you want to do, right? Will you have the money? Will you be able to go where you want to go and live where you want to live? Put a plan together, work the plan. That's what you got to do. Advanced Financial Strategies in Clinton. Brian and Briley Bacca. The website, retirewithbacca.com. Most farm equipment has cylinders. If a cylinder starts leaking, Bird can fix it. He'll tear it apart, replace the seals, get it back together, get you down the road or down the row. Bird does this for Camrock Supply, South Main in Elk City, next to Fred's Steakhouse. The website, camrocksupply.com. Sam, I watched some movies over the weekend. How many did you watch?
Ooh, did I watch any movies this weekend?
You didn't, did you?
No, I don't think I did.
I watched 3. Friday night, I watched a movie called Wild Mountain Thyme. It starred Jamie Dornan, Emily Blunt, with supporting roles filled by Christopher Walken and John Hamm. And the odd thing is that it's set in Ireland. It's odd to hear Christopher Walken doing an Irish accent. John Hamm was not doing an Irish accent. John Hamm was the American cousin who came over. The story focuses around Jamie Dornan and Emily Blunt. It is a most unusual film. I mean, there's a love story there, but it's just an unusual type of story.
Yeah.
And, I mean, overall, I enjoyed it. It was odd, but I enjoyed it. That was Friday night. By the way, Wild Mountain Thyme, Thyme. I don't know. I think maybe, I don't know if that was the name of a song. But anyway, then Saturday really changed it up for Mother's Day weekend. I was sent to a movie with my wife for Mother's Day. And we went to see a matinee, 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon, of the Michael Jackson movie. What's it called?
Michael.
Is it just, okay, Michael. Michael Jackson. 2 hours of Michael Jackson's childhood and with the Jackson 5, and then becoming a solo artist or trying to become a solo artist. You're right, Sam. The nephew, Jafari Jackson, who played Michael, did a really good job.
I think it's Jafar.
Okay,
Even
Jafar
though
Jackson.
I've heard people call him Jafari.
He did a really good job as adult Michael Jackson. I didn't know a lot of that backstory. I mean, I'd always heard the dad was mean and weird,
Yeah.
which the movie portrays him as being mean. I didn't realize, though, he had such a difficult time breaking away from the Jackson 5.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize the whole family lived together even as the boys were adults.
Yeah, I didn't realize that either.
That was a super strange element of his life.
Yes.
And it was interesting to see. The performances were great, and it was interesting.
Yeah.
But there's also that sadness there in Michael Jackson's life. Because as a child, he always felt so different, and he didn't have any friends.
Mm-mm.
He never really had any friends as a child, and so he would escape to... he loved Peter Pan. He loved the story. He had a picture book, Peter Pan and Neverland, and he loved animals. And so he had animals, and he liked reading about Peter Pan, but he didn't have any friends, and that made me sad. Did it make you sad when you watched the movie?
Yeah, but he had Bubbles and the llama.
Yeah, he had a chimp named Bubbles, and he had a llama. How about that? Now, here's what I want to know. The movie led us to believe that the video for Beat It really was shot with some gang members.
I'm pretty sure it was.
I wonder if that really happened. Is that actual and factual?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Well, it was super interesting, whatever it was.
Well, it is a biopic, I think. I don't know
Yeah.
if I don't know how many creative liberties they're allowed to take.
And then last night, Sunday, Mother's Day, I watched a movie called Mother's Day. Jennifer Aniston, Jason Sudeikis, Julia Roberts, Kate Hudson, and some other people you'd recognize. And so really there were about 4 different stories going on there. It was good. It was all right. It was okay.
That was me.
Is that you? Is that you? It's time to get up.
Yeah.
Sam Brewer, 96.5 KECO is the early morning show. Sam, you told me a couple of weeks ago you said November 7th is going to be a big day. Explain what that day is going to entail.
And by a couple weeks, you mean this Saturday? It was 2 days ago I told you this.
No, you mentioned it before that.
No?
Okay, whatever.
Well, I found out about this Saturday. But in case you didn't know, Saturday, November 7th, going to be a huge day. There's this guy, there's a media outlet that covers a lot of sports called On3 Sports.
On 3 Sports.
And they cover some college football in the off season. and this one guy who does most of their college football stuff, J.D. Pickell. Well, I follow him, and he was posting about this. November 7th is going to be a huge day for college football. So you got, it's already been set, 7:30 p.m. Miami and Notre Dame will be playing.
Okay.
But that, that's not the only one. There's BYU and Utah, Alabama and LSU, Arkansas and Auburn, Georgia, Ole Miss, Kentucky, Tennessee, OU and Florida, Texas and Mizzou, A&M and South Carolina. What else? Michigan State at Michigan, Oklahoma State and Kansas State for all our OK State fans. And one of the really big ones, Oregon and Ohio State.
That day is shaping up to be the single biggest day of college football matchups in a really long time.
I know. And West Virginia at Texas Tech.
Michael Hawkins,
Oh, yeah.
West Virginia,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
take it on Tech.
Yeah.
Those are some big-time matchups. Alabama, LSU.
This is a huge day.
Who did you say? Oh, Georgia and Ole Miss.
Arkansas and Auburn, Oklahoma and Florida, Texas and Mizzou, Texas A&M and South Carolina. Huge. And Miami and Notre Dame.
I don't mean to put you on the spot, but yesterday you told me that some source says they've already got the two leading contenders for the Heisman Trophy.
Yes, that was just based off of a Google search. So I don't know how legitimate these sources are. But currently it's everyone's favorite quarterback, Arch Manning, and C.J. Carr from Notre Dame.
I was not even familiar, which I don't follow it like I used to. I wasn't even familiar with C.J. Carr.
I'm kind of familiar with the name.
So the kid that the kid that's transferring from Duke to Miami, I can't remember his name. So he wasn't in the running?
I don't think so. But
And by the way, have we
Arch
decided,
Manning.
Speaking of Georgia and Ole Miss, November 7, have
Yep.
we decided, so Trinidad Chambliss is coming back to Ole Miss?
Yes.
Okay, for his 9th year of college football?
And he's up there for the Heisman. He's up there in the rankings
Yeah.
and the contenders.
And the
Who else was there? It was Chambliss. It was Arch Manning, who we all love, as you know. We all love Arch.
Oh, sure.
And C.J. Carr, and John Mateer wasn't as high as I'd like him to be, but he was kind of in the top 10, kind of. I don't really. But again, this is based off of my one Google search, so I don't know how legitimate it is this early.
225-9697. That is the text line. Who do you like for the Heisman Trophy this year? This coming college football season. By the way, we're only about 3 months away from practice starting.
Hmm?
This is hard to believe.
I know.
And we're less than 4 months away from games beginning.
Yes. Yes.
And we're only days away from high school graduation. This Friday is graduation night for much of western Oklahoma. Elk City actually graduates Sunday. Do you need corrals? I'm looking at Diamond W and W&W portable corrals. That's on page 11 of the Penny News. Also, there's a really nice 2016 Solitude travel trailer, 35-footer with 3 slides. $33.5 is the asking price. Look at page 11 of the Penny News. 7:34, 51 degrees, clear skies, light winds, weather, and a few more. Beckham County Sheriff Derek Manning scheduled to join us. Sam Brewer to my left. My name is Nathan. It's the early morning show.
If they just need a seal kit, you tear it completely apart. Replace all the rubber goods that's in the cylinder. Wear rings, lip seals, piston seals. Replace it and put it back together. Test it and send it on its merry way. Most of your farm equipment has cylinders. Sometimes they know what's the matter with it. If it's leaking, they'll bring it in, and they'll sometimes bring their own seal kits with them. I just tear it apart and rebuild it and put her back together. A small one don't take very long at all. The big one, like this one I've got back here, it'll take a couple hours. If they bring their seal kits in with them, it's quick repair. If I have to order my seals in, it's next day. Well, my name is Roy Jones, and everybody in Elk City knows me by Bird. And this is Camrock Supply, Elk City, Oklahoma.
It's 2111 South Main, south of Fred's Steakhouse.
I've known them guys for years and years, and they know what I'm capable of doing.
We start off by taking some photos And so that I can kind of come up with a plan. But the most important factor with coming up with that plan is finding out what the patient's idea of the perfect smile is. Not necessarily everyone has the same idea of a perfect smile. Kind of like women that go to the nail shop for their fingernails. They don't all want the same shape, the same color. It's finding out what will work with their face to enhance their beauty as much as possible. Sometimes we will do a trial smile where I can send into the lab and do a mock-up, and we can actually kind of put something in their mouth to have an idea of what the outcome could look like to make sure we get the smile just right.
I'm Dr. Jamie Cameron, Southwest Dentistry and Cosmetics in Weatherford, catty corner to Walgreens. swdentalok.com,
where we treat you like family and do life-changing dentistry.
Briley Baca is an investment advisor representative of and advisory services offered through Royal Fund Management, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Every dollar you save for retirement has a silent partner, and it's your crazy Uncle Sam. He's waiting with his hand out, ready to take a chunk of your IRA, your 401k, and even your Social Security if you're not careful. But here's the truth. You can fight back. With the right strategy, you can keep more of your hard-earned money in your pocket and out of Washington's. At Advanced Financial Strategies, we specialize in family wealth management, helping families in Western Oklahoma cut down on future tax bills, maximize income, and keep control of their financial future. Don't wait for the IRS to decide how much of your retirement you get to keep. Call me, Briley Baca, a certified financial planner professional here in Clinton, at 323-6800, or visit our website, retirewithbaca.com. Advanced Financial Strategies, your money, your future, your choice.
Generac backup generators are the industry standard, and Carter Electric in Elk City is your authorized Generac dealer. Let's face it, electricity is a highly needed element in our daily lives. It's a proven fact extreme weather impacts electricity providers. So let Carter Electric help you get the properly sized Generac backup generator for your home or business. Plus, they can professionally install it for you. So anytime the power grid goes out, your backup power switches on automatically. And it's fueled by natural gas or propane, so no refueling needed. Carter Electric, 217 West 12th Street in Elk City. Call 225-2447. Your Generac authorized dealer.
$7:38. It is finally Monday. 96.5 KECO's The Early Morning Show. Let's take a look at your forecast today. Going to be sunny, high of about 78. Wind's going to be southeast light, though. It's going to be nice, light winds. How about that? Lots of sunshine, mild temperatures, so we'll say upper 70s, clear skies, light southeast winds. Tonight, clear, low of 53, and tomorrow we begin a run of 90s. Tomorrow, 91, Wednesday, 90, Thursday, 94, Friday, 93, Saturday, 91, and then Sunday, close to it, upper 80s. So it looks like we're making a run at summer. It do. Of course, at this point, we're only about 5 weeks away? Yeah, about 5 weeks or so.
Yeah, till official summer starts.
Right now on the back porch, I just peeked out. Really nice. 52 degrees, clear skies, light winds, just the way we like it. 96.5 KECO's The Early Morning Show. At the top, we'll have Fox News. After that, Exploring Energy Radio at 10, Today in Ag at noon, Backroads at 3, and just stuff. And that's where you have it, and that's where we are. Our special guest, Monday morning, segment 3 of the Early Morning Show is Beckham County Sheriff Derek Manning. Derek, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Doing well.
Did you have a busy week last week?
It was not as busy, but it was busy enough.
Well, I'm glad of that for you, because the previous week was so busy. It wore me out just hearing about it.
Sorry.
The previous week, I mean, it was just rough. No, what happened this past week?
Well, our main thing is, so we had several domestics and mental health issues. Kind of, I don't know, we've kind of hit a run of those here lately, where our guys were dealing with that kind of stuff. Also, a lot of the cattle were a little unsettled too. We had a lot of cattle out, and which I had one of my own. My neighbor called and said it was out. So I think it was just everywhere. Which they were kind enough to run it back in for me, and I appreciate that. So thanks to Spencer. But we did a lot of that kind of stuff, and just it was busy with smaller stuff. We didn't have any huge things going on. We do have some scams we need to talk about, though. A couple of them going around the county.
All right, what do you got?
Well, we've one of them. My dispatcher called me the other day and said, "Hey, I just wanted to let you know that there's a scam going around that your name comes up on the phone ID and it says Derek Manning on it." And I said, "Well, I don't know that I'm aware of that." And she said, "Well, we answered it, and she said we knew it wasn't you because my phone comes up a certain way when I call dispatch, and so." She said they answered it, and the person started asking them questions about their personal medical history and that sort of thing. And so I said, well, what was I going to sell you when it was all said and done? She said, we didn't let them get that far. We kind of shut them down. But she said, just wanted you to be aware. So if you get weird phone calls that the phone ID says Derek Manning, that's probably not me. If you've got me in my phone, you know my voice. And if not, just hang up on them.
Of course, you know what that means now. If you call me, if you literally do call me, I won't believe you.
If you're not sure, hang up on me. I won't be offended. Just click. It's okay.
Medical questions.
Yeah, I don't know what that has to do with anything or what their scam was going to be, but I'm assuming that they're going to start trying to get some information out of you. That's what they always do.
So did your people actually get called by this, or did you get a report of it?
They called dispatch is what my dispatcher told me, and I didn't ask her if it was. She said I just got a call, so I didn't ask her if it was on her personal cell phone or if it was on the dispatch phone, because our IDs do come up on dispatch phone also. So I don't know, but they're working hard out there. And then also I've had a few people call and ask me about solicitations. There's one, if it comes from the Oklahoma State Sheriff's Association, it'll be a letter. It won't be an email. It won't be a text. It won't be a phone call. But it'll be a letter from the Oklahoma State Sheriff's Association with my actual signature on it. We do authorize that, and that's already done for the year, so you shouldn't be getting any more of those. And then we had another scam that's been going around. Actually, two more. It's been kind of scammy the last few weeks, but we've had one that came. We got a phone call to the sheriff's office, and it was a guy kind of panicking. His wife was actually headed to make a deposit or headed to make a payment on a Bitcoin type vending machine that there's one or two located here in Elk City. First of all, if you get anybody an email, text, or whatever from anybody saying you need to go to this Bitcoin system and make payments that way, that's a scam. I mean, it just is. If it's somebody you've been dealing with and you know you're in a business deal with them, okay. But if you're getting something from a government ID or somebody that's trying to make you think that anything is like a legitimate deal that you've never heard of them before, that's a scam. The Bitcoin thing is something we're seeing a lot of. This person, and I don't remember the exact circumstances other than it was somebody calling representing the sheriff's office saying that your loved one that's in jail, and this person was actually in custody, which they've got access to that information. It's public information. Your person that's in custody is in line for, I believe in this case it was an ankle monitor, and if you don't pay this money, they're going to lose that opportunity and they're not going to get out, and there are going to be a lot of problems. We don't do that. We're not going to make phone calls like that. We're not going to send texts like that. We're not going to send email. Fortunately, I think we got that one stopped in time before that person actually paid any money and lost anything, and so that was one that we kind of count as a win, just because the guy was smart enough to call the sheriff's office and say, hey, is this a real deal or not? I didn't think it sounded like one, and so that was one that worked out okay. But we've had a lot of others where they're scamming that way and representing government agency, and I just got one that was sent to me by another dispatcher showing me one that came in on our tip line, I think, which was about the old DMV scam where it's the Department of Motor Vehicles, and they're saying you've got outstanding fines or something on your license. It'll say any number of things, but they're always mention the word. They try to put a hurry to it, like jail, or you're going to get a bigger fine, or somebody's going to go to jail, or you're not going to be able to get somebody out of jail. And so they try to rush you and get you into this panic mode before you can think. And they're either going to get you to send money directly to them somehow, which they do that, or they're going to get financial information from you that they can use then to get into your account. So all of those situations, please exercise extreme caution. Don't do anything without contacting that agency direct, and don't use the link if you look at the link, there's almost always a clue. It won't say .gov. At the very end of whatever link somebody sends you from a government agency, the link should be .gov. But most government agencies are now being very careful about doing that just because of all the scams. But if it doesn't say .gov at the very end, then that's not a real government agency. And also, there's some, I think, that probably are able to scam and make it look like that and still get you to the wrong place. So I just be very careful about responding to any of those.
96.5 KECO's The Early Morning Show. We have Beckham County Sheriff Derek Manning in the room. Is spring just scam season? Are there actual seasons when things like this pick up?
I don't know. I'm not sure if those guys operate in a season. They're usually not even in the same country as us, so I don't know what the mechanism is behind the volume, but I don't know that it's ever slowed down. We've just had these 3 come through lately that were all tied very closely to the sheriff's office in some way or another, and then that one that we got the tip to the sheriff's office on the tip line, which we appreciate. We appreciate being made aware of those. And we appreciate knowing that people are picking out the scams and recognizing them, and that's why we just keep publicizing them. We just have to keep talking about them because they continue to come up with new ways to try to get your money and get your information, and so it's kind of like batting the ball back each time they do. We just have to keep swinging.
Were you involved at all in the weather Saturday evening?
I was in Oklahoma City, so I know we had a couple of units that were hit by some hail over in the Sarah area. I was worried about getting back home. We had my pickup in the Oklahoma City area. We were up there for a birthday and Mother's Day for my daughters and birthday for my grandson. So we came back that night as it was hailing out here, and my wife was reading reports to me as we drove down the road from all the people out here talking about the large hailstones, and we did hear about a lot of hail damage, a little bit of wind damage. I saw some places where there were a little bit of things blown off houses and some old buildings and trees and things like that. Saw that kind of damage. Nothing that I would consider major, but when it's that kind of hail damage and that kind of wind damage, if it's your stuff, it's probably feeling pretty major this morning.
We experienced something a little unusual for weather. We got an EAS alert on our phones saying a storm with possibly destructive hail coming.
I didn't get that, but I was not, and I found out not too long ago that those EAS alerts operate on your geographic location in some instances, and maybe in most instances. But so we didn't get those because we were outside the area, and I haven't talked to anybody else to see if they got them. That's the first I've heard of that. So those are usually located wherever your phone is geographically. And I don't know if that's just geographically if you're registered in this area with the phone, or geographically or geographically or. I'm not sure how that works.
I could see that when hail starts to fall, particularly when it gets bigger. Fortunately, I've usually been at home or in a building somewhere. But I can imagine if you're traveling down I-40 and at 70, 75 miles an hour and it starts hailing.
Yeah.
I can imagine that causing all kinds of difficulty.
Well, the last hailstorm, I actually was coming back from I was on the highway with my brother-in-law. I can't remember where we were coming back from, but we got caught out in it. Fortunately, it wasn't really big, but it got there for a minute or two. A couple of the stones that hit seemed like they were big enough maybe to cause a dent, but we didn't get any damage. That was, a month ago maybe or something.
When you mentioned calls about cattle being out earlier, was that weather related?
I don't think so. The cattle we got have been kind of all week long. There may be some people still calving, or I don't know what my calf's problem was. He just was looking at the fence and decided he wanted to be on the other side, and so it's just a lot of stuff like that. We've had a few repeat calls. We've had a couple instances of calls where we've had to go back more than once, and I think we finally got fences fixed and that sort of thing, which that's usually what it is. And sometimes the weather if you get heavy rain, you'll get washouts and places where there wasn't a way to get under the fence before and there is now, or it'll kind of wash over a post or something that lets cattle through.
With it, of course, we're in spring now, and it's going to be warming up. It'll be summer here in about 6 weeks. Do things change for your people and law enforcement as the weather warms up?
Well, there are more people out moving around. That was evident as we were coming home from the city Saturday night. Traffic was just ridiculously heavy. And then when we got to town, there were a lot of people moving around after the storm. I think maybe a lot of them were just looking to see what the damage was and where all the hail fell. But, there are going to be more people moving around, a lot more going on in the evenings after work and after school, and then a lot of people out late at night thinking it's time to get out there and act rowdy, and so my guys will be busy.
I have to ask a follow-up from a week ago. Has the OSBI alerted you about anything regarding the Barry Christian investigation?
No, they haven't, and I would assume from this point on, any information that comes out is going to be straight through their PIO office, and so you guys will probably know about it as soon as I do, I would expect, and we haven't had anything new come across.
Anything else happened this past week we need to know about?
That's been about it. Just the regular law enforcement stuff. Like I said, we got two. I've got to find out. I'm hoping those 2 units that I know about were the only 2 that got hail damage. I got pictures of them, and so I'm hoping that everybody else managed to stay out of it. I know one deputy was gone away from home when that hit, so he wasn't able to do anything about his. Kind of like I was. I was just lucky enough it didn't do any larger hailstones. And then one of my deputies my undersheriff was actually out working, I think, when that hit, so he got caught in one of the hailstorms that came through, which I understand came through in waves. And my undersheriff just texted me, and he said he did get that ES alert also. So apparently those were going on out here all over the area, which is good.
That really makes you stop and think when you get that on your phone. Destructive hail.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
That's some strong terminology, but it was. They were not lying about that.
96.5 KECO's The Early Morning Show. We got Beckham County Sheriff Derek Manning. Always the app, best way to get information.
Yeah, Beckham County Sheriff's app, and we'll always keep you updated on alerts that come through about missing persons, wanted persons. That if we have a manhunt going on in the area, we use that a lot for that, and we've had great success with it. We get a lot of response from that app, which I think I need to have Captain Zachary do another run for me on the numbers. We're up around 8,000 subscribers on the app, and if you've got those notifications turned on, then you'll get the alerts when we send them out. And people are really good about calling back with or texting back, whatever, getting information to us in whatever way. When we send those alerts out asking for information on wanted persons or missing juveniles especially, we get a lot of help on that. So this community likes to help in that way, and we like to put the information out there so they can. So Beckham County Sheriff's app, just go on your app store and it'll be there.
Derek Manning, Beckham County Sheriff. Always enjoy talking to you.
Thank you, sir. Y'all be safe.
Now, 8 away from the top, Jared coming in to give you his local news. It's 96.5 FM KECO's The Early Morning Show.
Good morning. Sunny and 54 right now. This is the Paragon Morning News. I'm Jared Atha. A Hinton woman is facing an embezzlement charge after an investigation into missing funds from an Elk City oil field company. According to court documents, 46-year-old Angie Sue Ellis has been charged with 1 count of embezzlement in Beckham County District Court. Bond has been set at $10,000. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation says the case began in September of 2024 after concerns were raised about unpaid vendors. Investigators say Ellis worked as the company's office and payroll manager. Authorities allege Ellis wrote unauthorized checks to herself, her husband, and a business owned by the couple. The OSBI says an audit found more than $138,000 in unauthorized payments between 2023 and 2024. Investigators say Ellis could not provide receipts or documentation for many of the transactions. The defendant is presumed innocent unless proven guilty in court. A former southwestern Oklahoma mayor is facing a felony embezzlement charge following an investigation into city funds. Authorities say 45-year-old Adam Ney, former mayor of Mountain Park in Kiowa County, has been charged with embezzlement involving more than $5,400 in municipal funds. Investigators allege Ney used a city-issued bank card to make a dozen ATM withdrawals connected to the Apache Casino Hotel area. Officials believe the money was used for gambling. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation says Ney later returned cash to city accounts, but authorities say the withdrawals still amount to misuse of public funds. Ney was arrested on April 30th. A 19-year-old Wheeler, Texas man was killed in a single-vehicle rollover crash early Thursday morning in Armstrong County, Texas, according to the Texas Department of Public Safety. The crash occurred at approximately 4:15 a.m. on a county road roughly 12 to 15 miles west of Claude, Texas, when authorities said a 2010 Hyundai Genesis, driven by Diego Ulysses Ramirez Trejo, left the roadway for an unknown reason, entered the south ditch, struck a utility pole, and rolled over. According to DPS, the driver was not wearing a seatbelt and was ejected during the crash and was pronounced deceased at the scene from injuries sustained in the wreck. The Texas Highway Patrol investigated the crash, which remains under investigation. These stories and more on our Facebook page and website. Sunny, 54 outside. This has been the Paragon Morning News. I'm Jared Aitho.
96.5 KECO's The Early Morning Show. 54 degrees on our way to about 78. Clear skies, light winds. Going to be it's a beautiful morning. It's going to be a really, really, really nice day. We're about 6 weeks away from summer. This is graduation week. A Friday night, a lot of places graduating. This Sunday, Elk City's graduating. If you're going to be taking a trip and need a new ride for the road, right now, the Ford Motor Company is going to treat you like you work directly for them. And bypassing even working for the dealership. They're going to give you prices on vehicles cheaper than even usually the local dealership can buy them. It's like you're an employee of the Ford Motor Company. Barbara Dyson Ford's got it. Barbara Dyson Ford has got it. Get ready to hit the road this summer. 96.5 KECO's The Early Morning Show. Nathan, Sam, and you. Sam, this is college graduation season as well. And actually, a lot of college graduations have already occurred. This past weekend was a big weekend across the country for college graduations. And what colleges like to do is bring in interesting keynote speakers for their graduation ceremonies. University of North Carolina on the East Coast, Chapel Hill, known for their basketball, Michael Jordan and Dean Smith and James Worthy and blah, 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 blah. One of the biggest University of North Carolina basketball fans in the world is a guy named Eric Church, who sings country music. He was the keynote speaker this weekend at North Carolina's graduation. And he said he went through several drafts of a speech and just kept tearing them up. He didn't like it. And finally he thought, what am I doing? I'm a musician. Let's do this with a guitar. And so, as I understand, I haven't had a chance to read the entire story, but as I understand it, Eric Church's presentation revolved around, and it's not like he was just up there doing a concert, but the speech revolved around a guitar and being a musician and that sort of thing. And it was probably really interesting, and you can probably find it somewhere online. But this is one of mine and Landry's favorite things this time of year when colleges have their graduation ceremonies, when they bring in interesting keynote speakers. And that's a little treat for the students who've got to sit through what is usually a long and rambling ceremony. And for the University of North Carolina, I had the numbers. Let me scroll down and find some of the numbers of all the degrees that they awarded this year. It was a number so high, I was really surprised by how many degrees they awarded. I mean, it was in the thousands. In fact, and I do remember seeing this, doctoral degrees alone, something like 981 doctoral degrees.
That's a lot.
And the bachelor's degrees were in the several thousand.
Yeah, I'm not an expert, but that's a lot.
It is. It is quite a lot. So that's interesting. Eric Church, country music singer, superstar, the chief himself. He had his sunglasses on during the presentation because there was a still shot from the story I saw. But the chief, Eric Church, keynote speaker at University of North Carolina's graduation ceremony over the weekend. Do you remember what was said at your graduation a year ago?
Wow. If I were to tell you 4 years ago that you'd be here right now. It's a lot of
a lot of that.
Yeah.
Huh. What do you want to hear as a recent graduate? What would you like to hear at a graduation ceremony?
I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, what I heard was good, but it's probably very similar to.
I've got two words for you. Interesting, relevant.
Yes.
Interesting, relevant. That's what you want. Entertain me. If you can't do anything else, entertain me.
Oh, yeah.
But if you could actually give me some information, something simple that I can use, that would be quite a bonus.
Yeah. Well, yeah. As long as it's not boring.
Yeah, don't bore anybody. Because nobody really wants to hear you anyway. They want to get their diploma and get it over with and go get the pictures and get to all the graduation parties. Fox News, Exploring Energy, and more coming up on 96.5 KECO in Elk City. Big Tradio planned.
Oh, huge. The biggest.
Going to be the biggest. All right, you heard it here first. Keep it here all day. Enjoy the beautiful weather. And remember, KECO loves you.
Kicking it with your best buds. That's what country sounds like. 96.5 KECO, Elk City.